Hi everyone, Adron here, welcome to Wild Bush and Grid. Today I'm giving you my review of the Athlon Argos HD. It's a 2060 power and the lens size is 85. I received this unit last year and I wanted to put some miles through it before giving you my honest appraisal of the spotting scope. And my verdict is it's a beast of a little unit at a perfect price. So you don't need to remove the protective pouch. You can leave it on the spotting scope itself while it's on on the tripod. What I like the most about it is first the solidity of the construction. It's very solid. As I said, I've had it for more than a year now. I use it, I hunt with it, I went shooting with it, to be able to see where I was hitting my mark at distance. The glass clarity is really sharp. The colors are accurate. With this, even at a lower, at 20 magnification, I could clearly see a deer, at about, what was the distance again? At 2.5 kilometers, yes, you heard that right. And, of course, if you put it all the way up to 60, you can literally see birds flying at that distance. It's insane. So to use the spotting scope, of course, you need some sort of tripod because at distance you'll be looking at, it's impossible to hold it by hand. And I'm very lucky, Athlon also sent me a tripod. This is the Midas CF29. The head here is the Arca Swiss system. The legs, of course, they extend up, but what I like the most is you can actually open it fairly flat, depending on the terrain that you're hunting, and you can even go in prone position if needed. And I would advise not to use a cheap tripod for the spotting scope. The reason is, especially when you're going on top of ridges, there's a lot of winds, the vibration itself will make the spotting scope unusable. It's, if you're trying to look through and then the weeds vibrates everything. At some time at the distance that we're searching our game and the scope vibrating with the wind, you won't be able to see a thing. It comes with a really nice bag like this to put the tripod in so you don't damage it. There is a little hammock that you can put in the middle to add weight to stabilize the tripod even more. The head can hold up all the way to 33 pounds. If I remember correctly. The legs are carbon fiber. It's fairly light for its sturdiness. It's about 5.5 pounds. The spotting scope itself is 4.5 pounds, something like that. So of course you have to consider that when you're going hunting, it's not very light. I think it's best to use when you're a team of two. Me personally, I have a lot of gear with me. I have all my camera, I have the rifle and everything. So when I'm alone, I try not to bring it, but definitely as soon as I have a partner that's coming with me, this goes into his backpack, no question asked. Of course, it's waterproof. I brought it with me on many hunts. It held really well. The exterior is all rubberized, so very durable. There's nothing. I'm trying to look at it. There's no scuff marks. There is nothing. It's of course the glass has a bit of dust on it, but it didn't get scored or marked by anything. The rings are great. They operate flawlessly. There's no slippage, and there's a slight firmness to it, which is good because you just don't want to bump them and then change the settings. The focus, very tight, very nice. Then you have the eye relief here on the side. The scope and the tripod will set you back maybe about $1,100 USD. I do believe for this price, for that money, it's probably the best spotting scope that you could get. Outside of hunting, I use it a lot, but a lot for just shooting. When I have targets at 200, 300, 400 yards where I can see my hit through my scopes, I use this and then I can, I have a good idea of what my group size looks like through this, the 60X is fantastic, phenomenal. It's also available, there's also a straight version available if you prefer that. I prefer the angle, I find it more natural when I'm sitting with a tripod and just like slowly lowering my head to look down. You have a sun visor protector here that you can extend so you can avoid having direct sunlight into the lens for better visibility. That's pretty neat. So who is this for? Definitely the hunters who has access to wide open range. I know here in Quebec, opportunity are a little bit more limited, but there are some areas, like when I'm going up north, for example, that's for sure for moose, ptarmigan, that's what I use. Yeah, it's ptarmigan. And also the sport shooter, I use it a lot, when I go out there just shooting, being able to see what my grips look like from a distance without having to actually walk up to the target. One thing I'd like to note is the clarity of the glass is actually so clear that you can see the heat wave, the distortion of the heat at a distance, and using this you can kind of guess what the wind is doing at any given distance between you and the target by just using the focusing ring. If you focus on the target and then you slowly pull back, you will focus on what is between you and the target, and this is where you can kind of read what the wind is doing. What's the angle of the heat shimmering. That should give you a good indication of the strength of your wind at any given point between you and the target. So to finish, yes, this unit, these two things has been sent to me for my review. They are not paying me anything, it's my personal opinion on the product. Usually when there are things, I receive stuff that you will never hear me talking about on this channel. I just return it back, and that's because it didn't pass my test. The Athlon, I have a Athlon scope that I really love. And again, Athlon did it. They did impress me with the spotting scope and the tripod. Great gear. You can buy with confidence, no doubt. All right, folks, this is where this one ends. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.